Welcome to Faith on Fitness, a podcast sponsored by Benefit Personal Training, an in-home personal training company dedicated to helping mature clients stay strong, fit, and healthy for life. At Benefit, we believe that aging may be inevitable, but getting old is optional. Each episode will feature health and wellness experts, as well as people just like you who are living full and active lives well into their 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, proving that senior and sedentary don't have to go hand in hand. So get ready to listen, laugh, and learn on this episode of Faith on Fitness.
Welcome to Faith on Fitness. My name is Faith Ritter, and I'm the Communications Director here at Benefit Personal Training. And we're here today with Seth Lefberg, who is the owner and operator of Chefs for Seniors, a franchise in the central New Jersey area that prepares fresh, delicious, and healthy meals right in your own kitchen. Seth, welcome to the show. I really appreciate your taking time to be with us.
Awesome. Thanks for having me here, Faith. Appreciate it.
So, Seth, tell us just a little bit about yourself, how long you've been a personal chef, and what led you to this line of work.
So, Chefs for Seniors is a national franchise that does in-home personal chef services for seniors, veterans, disabled, working mothers. I purchased the franchise about 2 years after being a caretaker for my father for about 2 years and seeing there was a shortage or a lack of ability to get quality nutrition to seniors that are in need. And then after my father got healthy enough, I purchased the franchise because I was passionate about it and brought it out to this area. So it's been open for about 2 years, and we have 7 chefs underneath us as of right now.
Very good. So Seth, we all are painfully aware of the impact the pandemic has had on the restaurant industry. But I'm just curious to know, how has it affected your business?
Listen, there was probably a week there when the pandemic first hit where everybody was worried about whether or not we could come into the home. All right. And then CDC brought out the regulations about using masks and social distancing, and we were back in the home. As far as what it's done for our business, we have picked up a lot of amazing chefs in the last 6 months because of the pandemic. A lot of restaurants have had to unfortunately close. A lot of chefs are looking for part-time work, which is a huge bump for us, right? So we've got fantastic line chefs, sous chefs, executive chefs who are being able to come into the home for about 2 hours and prepare those 12 meals.
Listen, we all had to go through the pandemic, but how cool is it that you were able to actually grow through the pandemic?
It's been twofold. I mean, listen, we've seen a bump in business, obviously, in the last year because we were the safer alternative to going out, obviously, to a restaurant, to go to the grocery store. If you're a senior, obviously, you don't want to take on that risk.
Right.
And delivery, there's multiple people that are involved in that process. There's a person that cooked it, delivers it. With us, there's one person involved. We're the same person that's going to be grocery shopping for those produce and fresh meat, and we're the same person that's going to come into the home and cook. So there's one person, one point of exposure, and that has absolutely been impactful during the pandemic.
Very cool, very cool. So, Seth, many people have hired personal chefs in the past, right? Some people have been exposed to it for some time, and so they're comfortable with the idea. But there are others for whom the idea of hiring a personal chef just sounds extravagant and lavish, right? And in their mind, regular folks just don't hire personal chefs. So what do you say to someone with that kind of mindset?
That's a great question. What we've done is taken the personal chef experience and normalized it, and also normalized the price, right? So hiring a personal chef used to be $300, $400, $500 for them to come in and cook. Everything nowadays is using these meal prep delivery services like your Eat Clean Bros, your Freshlies, all these different things. So what we've done is kind of turn that on the head, and we were able to kind of come in and deliver that freshness directly to people. And we've priced it so that basically for about around $180, we're going to be able to come in there with the groceries. That cost includes the groceries, and cook 12 meals for them in separate individual Tupperware. So we've made it affordable. We've made it cheaper than going out to restaurants, and we've made it cheaper than some of these delivery services as well. So we've broken the stigma by making it affordable and having average people, middle class and up, being able to really get involved in this.
Seth, I think that's great. And in many ways, I see your industry as being similar to the personal training industry. Now, I think back 20 plus years ago when my husband started this company, personal training was viewed as an unaffordable luxury, for most people. But today it's totally mainstream. So I really see your industry following a similar trajectory.
We grow up thinking that personal chef is something that's unattainable, something that is out of grip, but it is. I mean, we all eat and we all really want tasty, quality food. And I agree with your in-home personal training. I could imagine in the last few years, people saying, "Listen, this is a need that a luxury I need to have in my life."
Absolutely, Seth. Absolutely. So, Seth, tell us quickly, who is your typical client and what is their primary motivation for reaching out? Is it more of a convenience factor or is it viewed as a necessity?
I tell people half the people that come to us need us, half the people that come to us want us, right? So the needs are the people that are transitioning from post-acute rehabs to homes after surgery or major traumatic events, right? Recent widowers who don't know how to cook. The needs are people who just got diagnosed with a recent illness that need special diets. And you've got the other side of the spectrum. Those are the wants, the active adults who would prefer to just go out and golf while we're in the house cooking. The people who are tired of cooking, they've been doing it for 40, 45 years for their family, and they're just tired of it. We see a large spectrum. We also cook for working families, working moms. We do market towards seniors because all of our dishes are, portioned and such, adjust that, and they're low sodium, and the diets are guided a little bit towards seniors. But we absolutely do cook for anybody who has that need for high quality nutrition.
Okay, Seth, I must admit, you're making this sound very appealing. So, what do I, as a client, need to do to prepare for your services? Do I need to buy special cookware or invest in any smart kitchen gadgetry?
We make this process as white glove as possible without any white glove price, right? So what I do is I take your order. Your chef is going to be able to take your order each time in person. You have to do nothing as far as preparation. We bring our own pots, pans, knives, graters, sharpeners, everything that we could possibly need to cook. All we need from our clients is an oven, a few working burners, and 2 feet of clean counter space that we can work on. And we're going to be able to be there for about 2 hours to prepare those 12 meals.
Nice, nice. So once I open the front door, my work is done. I love it. I love it. So how do you determine my food preferences?
We do a food questionnaire in the beginning where I learn about your allergies, your food preferences. And after that, I get you scheduled, and it just becomes very easy. You just pick your meals each week with your chef.
Right.
They show groceries. They have their own chef kit. 2 hours later, voila, you've got all your meals.
Wonderful, wonderful. So Seth, earlier you mentioned 12 meals in 2 hours. That sounds like an episode of Chopped or Iron Chef, if you ask me, but it's clear that your cooks have their process down to a science. So as a food preparation specialist, please offer some advice to our listeners who may not be in a position to hire a personal chef right now, but they still want to be able to prepare meals quickly, efficiently, and healthfully.
Sure, yeah. When you say that, there's two. It's good to pick a diet. That way you can kind of focus in on assortment of, research online and find a bunch of recipes. So there's 2 diets that come to mind: keto diet and the Mediterranean diet.
Okay.
There are a lot of recipes online. Those are meals that are easy to make within 10 minutes typically. There's quinoa, there's seafood, fresh shrimp, and they're affordable. Super healthy, good for the brain, good for the heart, and lots of science and research around those as well. So that can make, if you're looking to dig into a diet, either one of those are good. Lots of recipes online that you can make very easy in 10 minutes for cheap.
Fantastic, fantastic, Seth. So let's talk about accommodations for a moment. I know that you all have your stock meals from which clients can pick and choose, and that's great. But we have several clients who have special dietary needs and limitations. We also have several ethnic clients, who are accustomed to eating particular foods prepared in a very particular way. So my question for you is, to what extent can you modify your meals to accommodate specific dietary needs? And are your chefs experienced with looking at a traditional, let's say, Indian recipe and preparing it in a way that is pleasing to the palate, but is also healthy and wholesome as well?
Absolutely. So, your first question about customizing it to different needs and different diets, I mean, that is absolutely where we specialize. That is
Mhm.
one of the major things that differentiates us from a lot of these meal delivery services. So, just recently, a 32-year-old client came to us who's just recently diagnosed as diabetic, who needs help with meal prep and really understanding how to get herself back on track. So we come in and we're able to do that. We've got senior clients, the dementia and Alzheimer clients that want to be on the keto diet because there's science behind the slowing of the neurodegeneration due to the keto diet. We have people coming in with kidney and liver issues where they need to have special diets. So we absolutely can customize those, as well as have, kosher and halal, and really work within the boundaries of what the client really needs. I mean, that is where we come in, and moreover, we have clients that have swallowing mechanism issues,
Yeah.
and we have to do soft palate or mashed foods. I mean, we really do deal with people that are coming from hospitals and post-acute rehab settings as well. And then to talk a little bit about the ethnic foods and the culture,
Yeah.
we're able to go in and really kind of consult with the client and meet with them, find out what their favorite recipes are, find out how we can accommodate, especially with the dietary concerns that they're having,
Mhm.
work with them to see if we can't create some delicious meals for them. We've done it many times before, so I would tell them to venture to call us and have a conversation about customization that can be done around those meals.
That's excellent, Seth. So before we wrap up, would you mind sharing a personal story, perhaps a client experience that really made you feel good about the work that you do?
Absolutely. One comes to mind right away. We were hired by a pair of daughters that live about an hour and a half away from their mother and father.
Mhm.
The mother just recently was diagnosed with dementia, and the father's been doing a lot of caretaking. So they've been traveling back and forth, taking turns to go and cook meals. So they discovered that we were hired by them, and we were able to come in weekly and prepare meals for them and be an extra pair of eyes for them in the house. So we would be able to call them and let them know, look, mom and dad are eating well.
Great.
They're clean. We're an extra pair of eyes in the house. And they're still with us. They've been with us for months and months and months and months. And they're happy, and we're able to provide a service more than just meal prep. We are comfort to the kids, we're companionship to the family. It's been a wonderful experience so far.
That's a beautiful story. And in such situations, I think you would agree, your chef is actually an extension of the family. And in that context, it's pretty hard to overstate the value that your company offers to its clients each and every day. So thank you, my friend. Thank you so much for all the work that you do. And just share with our listeners how they can get in contact with you.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. So if anyone's interested in talking to me a little bit more about our services, they can call us here at the office, and our number here is 609-545-2315. Again, we service all of Central New Jersey, and you can visit our website, chefsforseniors.com. And that's for anybody in any location. You can see our website specific to my location, as well as any other location, as well as our menu there.
That's excellent, Seth. Well, listen, this has been a fun and informative talk. I've learned a great deal, as did our listeners. And I wish you continued success with your business. And I will be certain to have you back again on Faith on Fitness.
Thanks for listening to Faith on Fitness. If the sedentary life isn't for you, and you'd like the help of an in-home personal trainer to regain your strength, energy, and independence, then call us today at 888-323-8677 or visit us online at benefitpersonaltraining.com. And thanks again for joining us on this edition of Faith on Fitness.